Hello, welcome to the observatory. My name is Adam, here with the 45th session of the New Divines Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign. We have Eric as Stan, Bob is the old man, David is Terry, Ryan is Billy, Austin is Rolfur. And last time, Rolfur got stuck in the River of the Dead, collecting souls from the Northern Stream.
Oh no, not my job.
Yeah. Well, Terry has now just had him build a stronghold, trying to give him a way out. In the wee early morning hours of day 158, the cleric is dedicating the place. Who knows how long that will take. Sora is getting a spell scroll for Terry, although I didn't note which kind. Sure, I'll remember when it's relevant. Old man left to his own devices, spreading reason war to defend honor of the Jade family. Because you were you went into Jade Country and you've been spreading things around there. Stan and Billy are up all night in was it Wabashi? Is that Wagashi, yeah. So, first, does Terry remember what scroll the missus was getting him?
No.
Okay. Then it must not have been important.
Let me rephrase that. Terry absolutely remembers.
Better yet, does Ryan remember?
No, I don't got it.
I mean, if Ryan doesn't remember, it didn't happen.
Didn't happen. I mean, the recording might show otherwise, but it's not in the notes. You know what?
Listen,
if it's
I
not in
know you
Ryan's
got
notes,
your
I'm not gonna
wizardry.
I'm not gonna feel bad that it's not in mine either. Let's just assume you're looking for scrolls because you're a wizard.
Well, no, I mean, yeah. I'll accept 10 angels instead.
She's not as well equipped to just go out and find you 10 angels. Anyways,
well, you can always remind her over the mind link if you think of it.
Yeah. She's arranging scroll dealers. That's it. Let's start with Stan and Billy. So it's what? We're gonna say about 2 a.m. You're in Wagashi. New Orleans. Of the Jade Country.
Oh, I'm in New Orleans. We need to take over the Jade Country.
So, what were you up to?
I guess everybody's gone to bed.
Yeah, I mean, there are certainly some people still out and about. Guard staff, maintaining street lamps. Little bit of a make investigation check, one of you.
I'm guessing not me.
No.
Am I not? I'm not part of this.
Nope.
I'm causing havoc.
Yeah,
I'm
you're in the
causing
capital
havoc
causing
elsewhere.
chaos.
I don't know. Are you,
I'm elsewhere being annoying. Sorry.
Are you
Go,
good at
as you were.
investigation, Stan? You're
Stan,
muted.
you're muted. Again.
There you
Yeah.
go.
And they can't hear you, man.
Are you good at investigation?
Yeah, turn off and turn back on. Yeah, I did not do great. I rolled a 10 at home. Where's my investigation? That is
I'm pretty good at investigation.
a 13 total.
So
He's getting
13?
13.
I think that's less than my bonus.
But yeah, so still some
that's
guards. There are some, late night fishing that's going on. So people bringing things in from the dock, sort of on that side of things. You still find, people bringing in fish and setting things out to be sold at the morning market kind of thing. So, but other than that, mostly.
I do my usual preaching, healing, flocking as I talk to people.
Okay. Anything particular, Billy?
So we're here on the coast, right?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, if nobody's around, I do have a mind of me to take a long rest so that my spells will be back up in the morning. And you said it's like 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, people take long rests these days.
Well, yeah. You have to long rest before your spells recharge.
That's what I was saying. You sleep though. I'll read my book for a few hours.
So,
Maybe,
but before I go to sleep, I want to go into the water of the coast. I'd just pick whatever location I think looks best over here.
Okay, so, I mean, like, going out from it, like, towards the coast is going through, like, marsh for a lot of it. It's sort of here at the delta of the river.
Well, we got docks and stuff that go out there, right?
Yes. A lot of the boats here are designed to, like, they cut through parts of the marsh, and a lot of the fish that they gather is also from there. So, I mean, there is a main path that follows out from, like, the actual, like, the central mouth of the river as it breaks up. But
So
Do the longboats port out at, like, basically they have like a drier area or like a floating dock thing, and then they have specialty boats to bring in, or can big boats fit in there, like ships?
Yeah, like larger ships probably aren't getting directly up to the main part of the port, or there's probably a room for about like areas that have been like carved through where probably about 2 can do so at a given time. So there's a little area that's sort of set for it, but
That's pretty cool.
So they have whatever. This is the main city. It's surrounded by marshes, but there are like waterways that can get you out to the ocean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you going somewhere, Ryan?
Yeah. So, but they've got whatever a little station for like ocean liners.
For golf ships, yeah, basically that's carved out. Yeah, they would.
Okay. And then I'll go over there.
Okay.
I mean, is anybody around at this time?
Yeah, there's a fair number of sailors and stuff doing things, and still at this hour. That's of what you've been able to find in the area where there's the most activity.
You're going off somewhere. I'll join you if you tell me about it. But
well, I'm just investigating the area, and it's like I'm probably gonna go to bed, but I just wanted to look around before then. So if I go up to one of the people that's still awake over here, I ask. So this is the place where the large ocean ships are received.
Yeah,
and then you have to transport anything to the actual city by smaller boats and like multiple trips or something.
I mean, most things coming in through the town are on the boats are fish, other than a few imports, or if we're foraging further up the river.
Oh, okay. I didn't. I was curious as to whether or not like this was like a bigger inconvenience for the large ships not being able to come directly up to the city or not.
No inconvenience for me, at least.
Ask him. So, what's
And you keep using it is more of a town than a city, just to
yeah.
be clear. It's not like a major center.
It's a small port.
Yeah.
Ask him. I want to ask him how if things have been going around the town lately. Is any problems going smooth?
Just got here this past evening.
Oh, you're from away?
Yep.
It's same myself, fellow traveler. I'm just trying to get my lay of the land.
Well, it lays out.
Well, it's like good to meet you. I'm Billy, the god of magic and imagination. If you have any question about the newly arrived gods, I'd be happy to answer.
Wait.
And by the by,
Trying to decide how to roll this guy's natural one here.
ew.
There's more of you.
Oh yes. I'll go ahead and give him the elevator pitch explaining the different gods that are currently around. If you're interested.
No, none of those what I'd heard of. I'd only known of Sandra.
Sandra? Sandra.
Yeah. No, don't ask me. I'm not religious.
What pantheon or what domain did Sandra have power over?
I literally just told you not to ask me. I'm not religious. It's heard it from one of the bison men.
One of the goatmen.
One of the what?
The bison men.
Bison men.
Yes. It's a passing sailor. Thought it was all nonsense and cobwallop. Could still be. I don't know. Maybe you're lying to me.
And it's like, well, if you're interested, I open up my afterlife. And it's just like,
Go ahead and bend over and open up my afterlife for him.
and it's like, still work in progress. I'm hoping I get some more people to work on it with me, but this is currently where the souls of my followers will go once they
Of him
pass on.
in, man is gone forever.
Well, I'll have to think about it before that day reaches me. Not ready yet.
Oh,
If you don't mind.
no rush.
Oh, good.
And it's just like,
Old man comes out of nowhere, slits his throat. That's a rush.
but I will warn you, you will want to make the choice before you die because the alternative is not pleasant at all. We've been trying to save as many people as we can from the.
I mean, just to be clear, that river's empty.
Yeah, but I'm telling him this way. And it's like
That's fine.
we're-
I'm just making sure Billy knows. Like, nah, man, I got that stuff on lock in this region.
yeah, it's like
At least mostly. There are assuredly some people in there that just refused.
and he's like, we've been trying to save
I mean, that's true. They could just refuse.
as many people as we can from the river of pain and torment. So,
Oh, that doesn't sound good at all.
no, that's why we're going around telling everybody we can.
I like most rivers. That one has got a nasty name.
No, it's bad stuff. It's like I won't. And it's like I won't force upon you any of the details of it.
You ever sail the Dragon River?
Have I?
No, I don't think so.
I'm like, no. Tell me about it.
Oh, wow, it's named because there's a lot of dragons around there. I didn't get very far up, about faced, but it's massive down south.
Dragon River down south. Yeah.
Neato.
South of my own home. I'm from Carroll's.
Do I know where Carroll's is?
Make a knowledge history.
Okay.
Yeah, you know of a few carols.
Knowledge history.
If you don't know, you could always ask me.
18.
18. You've heard the name. It's a port town from the continent south. It's further than your travels have quite taken you. You got caught up on the island chain and all the different individual like microcultures with all their different things that you never got to quite that far down. But
Oh, okay. I asked him, would you mind doing me a favor? If you would mind, could I cast a spell of telepathic communication on you so that you could show me your memories of your hometown?
make a
Let me see your
persuasion
head,
check.
stranger.
Yeah, sure.
I'm a god. Here's my strife. Give me a brain.
Well,
Let me in.
so that is 34.
Well, I suppose I'll just be grateful you're so polite as to ask. I don't understand what you're asking for, but sure.
And so I'm just trying to figure out a way to that I would be able to see your hometown so that I could go and visit when I've got time.
Well, I mean, would you rather? I use maps.
I use magic. Means like if I can
I
get
know.
to your memories of it, it'd be the quickest way for me to get there.
Okay.
Thank you. So I'll Rary's telepathic bond him, and if you could just think of how you got there and any of your memories, so I'd be able to identify it.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he lots of child and young adult memories of home.
Yeah, and it's like, and if he wants to send over any kind of stories of his adventures of sailing and stuff, I'd sit there and go through those as well.
Okay, recall adventures from the Dragon River, basically sailing up far enough until like crashing into the river is like a fighting pair of like black and green dragons, like just like duking it out, like breaking the surface of the water ahead of them, and like the ship just sort of like avoiding them before they notice mid-battle and sailing away about facing
And it's like the Dragon River. So like definitely want to go and check that out. That is a very cool looking memory. I'd send him over some image memories of meeting the Moon Dragon and then also invading the Red Dragon's lava lair. And he's like, this is a couple of the ones that I've come across.
He has a few memories of a few different, more exciting. Make a luck check.
Okay. Yeah. Natural 20.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, so you find, memories of, a few other little port towns, basically just sort of being like, he's not necessarily an important individual. He's very much, he's a deckhand. But he's traded his way around ships to be on ships to go. But he's got an Eric-like spirit. Very Rasprauda, just sort of like wanting to seek out and find the new things. You see him on a ship that's parlaying and trading with people from the Cerulean depths, like merfolk. And you find some memories of different stops that he had along the island chains. Also, you find yourself in one of his memories as you were as he visited the island of Goompas, and that you were presently there at the time that he was there.
There's me.
Now that's impossible. I don't remember that.
And it's like, I'll show him the memory from my perspective. And he's just like, yeah, I was there. And he's like, that's what it was like for me.
That's uncanny. Next time I went, he thinks, about, many other numbers had been swindled from them.
And it's like, is he saying that some of the Goombas left?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And I'm like, yeah,
They've been slaved away.
And it's like, no, they came with me and came to Dollport.
Oh, you're the slave.
That's not the way that went down.
But that is the perspective of the Goompas that didn't follow.
Yeah.
Because the ones that didn't follow, which would have been the one he got the story from, are the ones that they did not like you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so sort of some ship hopping up and down around there.
Okay. Like, well, it's like it's good to meet another traveled individual.
Yes.
And it's like, well, I will. It's like you're still working. You're not heading for bed for the night, are you?
Oh no, I'll probably bed down with the sunrise.
Okay. Well, how about I give this as an offer? Do you have any favorite meals?
Always like something new.
Okay, and so we can do something new. I'm going to go ahead and open up the Marvelous Mansion, and I'm going to allow him entry to it. And he's like, whenever you're ready to rest, go ahead and come open this door, get whatever you want for your meal, and you'll have a bed and bath waiting for you.
Has anyone ever told you you're amazing?
Yes.
Well, then you already know.
Mm.
All right. I better get back to work.
Good luck. And before I go to sleep for the night, I'm going to go underwater to where the actual ocean cliff is,
Okay.
or whatever kind of the area past the marsh to where.
Okay, so you're going out of it. Okay.
Yeah, past the marsh. And I'm just going to go underwater someplace, pick out an area that I think's best, and then I'm going to make a permanent major image of essentially like an extensive, or the actual spell size is 20-foot cube. So a 20-foot cube of a very immaculate octopus garden. And then I go back and sleep.
I feel like you've been listening to Beatles since we last gathered. Alright. So you sleep, you read, you guys take your rest for the night. Terry, what do you do? Cleric is working to dedicate the stronghold that you just had constructed.
Well, I want to investigate with him. While he is dedicating, I am going to observe magically what's going on. I want to be able to try to research the strands of magic and planar bindings and things like that that are occurring through the dedication, with the goal of maybe creating new magical technologies that might be able to draw energy from, who knows, maybe the river, or maybe get a better understanding of it. I really like I think it's Forgotten Realms. The ancient elves created these magical batteries that they could use to do things like they use them to create the dragon, the dragon rage, which mythals. They were called mythals. But the point is that they were just basically like epic batteries to do like 9th or 10th level spells. And Terry's trying to think of maybe if he could find ways to create, to like draw on various forms of power, whether it be divine or arcane, to create constant effects in different places. And maybe this might be a good place to start the research.
And so you've worked up these great hopes and this great ambition for what this is. And as far as like the level of power that is being drawn forth to dedicate this site, you're like, I learned to do this kind of stuff when I was 15. It's akin to cantrip and first level kind of magic as far as like the power.
Right.
So as far
Right,
as anything like that, yeah. It's,
but the thing is is the magic coming from another plane? Is it something that's just still just ambient, like most magic?
Yeah, I mean it's drawing things like most magic would. It doesn't seem as unique or spectacular as you were perhaps hoping.
What you're saying is that really this dedication is really just a form of arcane magic.
Yeah, it's a form of arcane magic. If anything, some degree of like some of like the concepts of using like name-based magic is tied in there as far as tying it to an individual. Which,
So yet again, you're telling me no. Gotcha.
which you're not, unfamiliar with, but yeah, it's. Not telling you no, I'm telling you not this way.
Not like this.
No, I help them if I can, but otherwise, if I realize it's fruitless pretty early on, I mean, I'll just go back to
do you actually have the
infrastructure.
Arcana skill trained?
Yes.
Make a check.
26.
26. Yeah, you're able to actually probably greatly increase the rate at which he's able to go by basically funneling some of your recovery and methods and just basically pumping your spell slots through him to do what he's trying to do, to make it where instead of his, slowly first level cleric, covering the area, it's just like wider areas covered at once. So yeah, you're able to speed up the process by a fair bit.
Cool. Worth it.
In the middle of the night, old man, are you relaxing since most of your query is gonna be asleep during this time, or are you setting things up?
My network's out there doing the Lord's work, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord being me in this case. I'm still in Jade Country, so
Yeah.
I mean, there isn't really much for me to do, and it's midnight. I guess I'll have a glass of warm milk and go to bed. Like a proper old man.
Okay.
I mean, it's midnight. There's no one else here in town. There's no one to talk to. All of the seeds have been
sown. Town.
Who?
Sora.
Yeah, but I mean,
Stop it, Adam. Let him have this.
While Terry's away.
yeah, no.
Okay.
That's weird.
Yes, it is.
I already lived that life once, and it wasn't great.
I like that you've learned from your past.
I mean, I had to live with the woman for like 30 or 40 years or something, so. And thank God this is a political marriage.
Alright. You just relax.
Spy Network is like, my king, she has a lover. I'm like, thank God. Give her 2 months and then, deal with them.
All right.
She's allowed to have them. She's not allowed to keep them.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Otherwise, they start thinking about like where they can be involved.
Yeah. This kingdom can only have one assassination. As long as no one knows about it.
Rolfur, you just send people to your afterlife?
Well, we established that there's like a holiday for me right now. They were setting one up or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're setting one up.
Yeah, you know
I
nothing
don't know
about it, and it's for
immediately.
a couple days from now, which means you got, or a couple days ago, which means you got about a year until it comes up.
Yeah, we already... It was set up, but we have a year's worth of planning to do, and...
Got to spread the word of it.
Listen, we're over here doing the Lord's work, the Lord in this case being you, and it's going to take some time.
Yeah, do this 2 days in a row.
I'm not trying to do something right now. I'm basically... I suppose it doesn't matter. I'll figure out the specifics later.
So I guess
The point is,
day 521 will be when it comes up again.
Yeah, the point is, I was planning on closing the chapel and basically making the dissemination of the acquired followers like a once per year celebratory thing. That way, the gods have something to celebrate too. And to make sure they really understand that, yeah, that's me. I did that.
So you're going to slow down our growth.
I'm going to slow down your growth. Well, the royal all of you that aren't me. But mostly it's just to, I don't want people rushing to pick their god. So I kind of want to force a time of contemplation. So I'm thinking of making like a once a year holiday that...
How very California of you.
Then you get to go into the chapel and choose a new god?
I love that you're doing this while Terry's doing so much work to be able to let you come back.
It's like,
So we're going to have people in the leap year river of death?
Yeah, he's floodgating us from what I'm understanding.
Well, I'm making it so it's not a constant flow thing. I'm considering that making it a big holiday.
Like, to an extent, I agree with what you're doing. To an extent.
I don't want my profits later. I want my profits now.
I was actually more thinking about all the people that you're forcing to stay in one place where they know that their loved one is elsewhere and they can't go to them because you're making them stay for a year. You're creating purgatory. You've literally created purgatory.
I'm just left with the one guy who had to like choose within a day. Like, okay, you get to choose now, or you missed the bus for a year. Sorry, pick now or go.
Well, that's my point. Is I was considering it, and I'm like, I don't know if I really want to. I'm not really set up to hold people for like a year.
Maybe you should like
housing. I don't have any books.
Maybe we should
Maybe
like
try
make
small
room
cages.
for them. Like,
Small cages.
but we gotta fit a lot of
Small,
rooms.
just beige
So we're talking like
cages.
5x5 rooms, and we gotta make sure they're secure so that no one can like break in while they're concentrating and thinking. So maybe like put iron doors on those like 5x5 rooms.
It's like every year I have to deal with these crazy ass people who've been stuck in a room for the last year.
Instead of this, you could just have a little illusion pop up that says, "Are you sure?" before they continue.
Yeah, that's it. Just like, are you certain?
They have to scroll to the bottom of the terms and conditions before to let them say, "I've read this."
Yeah.
No, they have to actually read it. He's a god of remembrance. He'll know. This is no Apple contract that you just... You have to read and understand it before you get to move on.
Yeah, I probably won't do that yet because I guess I'd want to be more set up in my actual realm because right now it's pretty empty and sparse. Eventually, I'll be doing that though. Yeah, so I suppose I'll just let that slide for now.
So we have a year until the floodgates go up, is what we're hearing.
I mean, eventually, yeah, that's going to be the process. There's going to be a more thorough process for separation. But for now, yeah, we'll keep it. I'll keep it the way it is. Just a little, just wanted to hang that sort of Damocles over all y'all's head for just a little bit. Don't worry, I took it down. Don't worry. Don't worry about it.
We're
I didn't think
constantly
that-
fish even better.
I honestly
Don't
didn't
say
think
loud
it was
enough,
going to
yeah.
work out that way. I figured you'd come up with a more clever way to force people to know about it sooner so they weren't stuck there. Like, legitimately was not concerned.
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, I'm just gonna keep. Yeah, I've got access to a new river.
Yep.
I'm going to try and maintain like motion because instead of focusing on clearing the river, I'm going to try and get a better idea on the geography of the realm of the river's realm.
Okay.
A better understanding of how it's oriented. So I will not be dedicating full time to cleaning the river. I'll be focused mostly on navigating it. Because if I can see people in the river, I can use them as sort of I'm back to this geography now.
Well, eventually you're going to have to do the entire sea for all the people who died at sea.
Yeah.
And you kind of
Well,
need
that's
to
the
know
point,
where
though.
those limits are so you know how far you have to travel before you jump back in the river.
If I want to put my domain and get a more solidified access to the river, I have to understand how the river's functions. I'd have to understand its mystical geography. I've got the arcana, all the other relevant positions of knowledge, so I can actually come at this academically and gain a better understanding from a planar cosmology perspective of how this is oriented and how it relates to the mortal realms.
It's a they-them river.
I'm starting that work.
Make a disadvantaged knowledge arcana check.
1817. I'll take 33 for 500, Alex.
Honestly,
You're as
you
bad
look
as
at me
Bob.
like yeah, you look at me like I'm the asshole here.
How do you know that I'm looking at your part of the window and not his part of the window?
Because I've met you like twice, so I'm relatively sure I know what you're doing.
It's like,
That's my idea.
Bob,
I want to. I'm of the opinion that in order to gain a better dominion over the river, I will have to better understand the river to even begin trying.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing.
You work on it. Do you have to sleep?
Do I have to?
Yeah.
I mean, occasionally.
Greater restoration.
Yeah, I have greater restoration.
Okay, so you're at this point you're keeping yourself going.
That's a good point. It's greater restoration.
How
What's
many
that?
of those do you
4?
have?
It requires 100 diamond dust on it. It consumes. Except for Eric, who doesn't consume.
He doesn't even. I think he's to the point where he doesn't even need them anymore.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to look up in books and I know I don't use any components anymore, but what does it actually use nowadays?
100 diamond dust.
I don't know. Do our godly spells require material components?
By default, yeah.
The ones we get every day.
That's why my greater restoration.
There are abilities that you would take to avoid that.
And yes, I would not be able to do it indefinitely. Because I don't have that many infinite spell slots anyway, so I'd have to occasionally sleep just because of that reason.
Okay. Anyways, so you're working on that. Old man, you'd be the first one to wake up.
Because of the glass of warm milk.
Yeah. It helped you get right to sleep in time. Yeah.
I slept like a king. So, I wake up nice and early in the Jade Country. I'm gonna try to telepathically communicate with Rolfur. Do I get anything?
Does that work between planes?
No.
You get nothing.
Alright. In that case,
But
I
again,
guess
he's ignoring you.
No, he wouldn't. He would talk to me just to tell me how much smarter than me he is.
Not very?
No, significantly.
I don't think so. Isn't your intelligence pretty high?
No. My intelligence is high for, I guess it is. It's 18.
Yeah. It's not that much lower than mine.
I
That's
forgot
4.
I'm not that stupid.
Yeah, it's 4
I
points.
hate when that happens.
It's like I think Terry has us all beat.
Not by much. I've got 22.
22.
So I wake up, stretch, go out, and I walk to the temple.
Okay.
Where Terry's thing is, and I just go in there and sit down for breakfast. I don't know, Terry's not there.
I don't know. Adam's not letting me.
Yeah, Terry's not there.
No, Terry's not there. So I went and sat down for breakfast. Well, I went there for breakfast. Terry's not there. Sorna is?
Sora is. I believe you left at least one angel behind.
She has 2 angels.
2 angels. And I'm thinking that they're taking care of the kind of normal things you take care of there.
I mean, that's up to her. They're her maidservants? I don't know what to call them. Handmaids?
Okay, I basically walk in and
one
Terry's
of his angels sees you sitting there and goes and makes you breakfast.
Well, I was like when Sorna shows up.
Sora.
Sora?
Yeah.
Sorna? But how's it pronounced?
No N.
Or,
Yeah, there's no end.
Sora.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, no
so you
Alright.
see one of Terry's angels.
So when Sora shows up, I just kind of look at her and I go, Terry's not here. You want to go to breakfast?
I just eat in. It's awkward.
Oh. Well, there is a way to help with that. Oh, wait, I can't do it to her. Oh, yes I can. I pull out my armor of the chameleon, and I say, if you put this on, you can just change your form into someone else. You don't have to be the Jade Empress all the time. Sometimes you can just be some lady getting breakfast. It's just freedom.
I'll stay here.
Okay. I think it's silly, but that is your choice.
Good.
I get up and walk off with my coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of walk outside and go and try to find a breakfast place. And after I finish my coffee, I just find a guard, city guard, palace guard, someone who looks official, and give it to them and be like, this belongs to the Jade Empress. Please return it. And then I walk off.
It'll find
I
its
didn't
way
mess
back
up your. I didn't mess up your tea set. Don't shake your head at me.
If anyone did, it's that guard not doing their duty.
I mean, I can roll a persuasion check on him. I rolled a natural 20 for my persuasion check because I have advantage, so I rolled twice. I rolled a 3 and a natural 20. So let's see your persuasion.
Don't give me the number. I don't want that kind of number.
It's only a 40.
I don't need that kind of negativity in my life.
It's positive. It's persuasion. That's a positive thing. So he absolutely
you've killed
believes he needs to
David.
get that.
Look, David, he's dead.
I didn't mess up his tea set. I don't know why he's distressed.
I'm just wanting this to be done. Move on, Adam. Move on.
So yeah, I go and get breakfast, and then
You find a lovely place that serves a lovely Terry Misu for dessert.
it's breakfast. I don't want dessert.
It's a
Every
coffee
meal has
dessert.
dessert. Every meal has a dessert in the Jade Country.
I don't want dessert.
Don't have to
What-
get it.
I'm just saying, it's like they have a tiramisu, and I'm like, that sounds amazing. Totally support it. However, I've heard of this thing called espresso.
Espresso.
Espresso! Yes, for the love of God, please. Take note, I've already had a coffee today.
Yeah, I've noted.
I'm like, so one of those.
You hear the
and-
sounds of a small dragon coming from the back.
I knew it was dragon based. And I'll have one of those, and then just like a simple, like, you know, little. It's yours is like an Asian culture, right, David?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so just like a rice and like a fish stew and a little egg, whatever, like a little quail egg in the fish stew, kind of thing. I've decided.
They'll make.
I
it
mean,
work.
it's a wee bit French fusion, but then again, this is not super coastal.
No.
I mean, it's not like fancy Kentucky over here or anything.
Those were
Listen,
the days.
I like myself insert character. You leave him alone.
You have breakfast. What do you do after breakfast, old man?
Go and check on my my boys. Go check on how my little consortium of spies are doing. The bank, my bank workers.
Yeah.
I go to the bank. Wait a second. I gotta check my list. I might have given that armor to someone. Did I?
Yes.
I did?
Falafel of exquisite quality.
I wasn't going to call you out on it, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, I just remembered that I don't think I have that anymore. So yeah, it's a good thing she didn't want it, because she couldn't have had it anyways.
I wasn't
So-
going to nick you on it, but yeah.
I mean, it's been a month or so since we actually played, so it's not surprising that some
You
things
feel
get
like being
forgotten.
so helpful.
Sometimes he is. Usually by accident.
I don't know.
God love him. Just, like, shut up. You can't do that. How about you shut up?
But yeah, you get to your rank.
Okay. I go and talk to him, ask him how they were doing.
As letting them know who you are or not.
Oh, yeah, I walk in I walk in and then I let them know who I am,
Okay, yeah.
and then ask if there was any places that they needed me to step in. Do they have everything handled, or is there something that
Yeah,
I'm like,
someone will take
you
you, in
have
the back to
access
speak.
to your-
Yeah, no, they've.
yeah, you have access to your deity. What do you need from me?
They all know better. Nothing, sir. We're good.
Last time you tried to help, I ran out of saffron. I didn't even know we had that in the spice cabinet, but my wife yelled at me.
No, things have been running smooth, unless there's new endeavors you need them to, new avenues to work through.
No, they're doing exactly what I
doing
wanted
a fair
them
mix
to do.
of. It's not an incredibly profitable section monetarily. Fair bit of it's a cover, so some fair bit of refusals where there's any risk, or where risk is low and they can just write it off as opportunities to gain knowledge. They'll offer loans that aren't going to go well, but which will allow them to investigate and gain new information to pass back home.
Good.
So sort of.
I basically want to say their weekly report. How are they actually doing? Are they doing well?
Through some of the localized branch, no. But it's the foreign departments that you have set up elsewhere that actually make the money, whereas they are more the.
What? I'm not interested in the money. That's not important for this branch. How are they doing on information gathering?
Yeah, lots of, focusing on the four families, records of who's active, who's in control, who's trying to get loans for what, who's, starting what business ventures.
So, like, as they're going through their information, like,
there's a number of things here that you find in the report that is sort of like the next to go out. That a couple of the families have just started trying to raise funds for militia training.
I basically tell them that we need to support the militia training thing. So we'll do low rates as a favor to the Emperor. But like, as I'm looking through that, I've read a lot of, my character's read a lot of informational dockets and spy reports and things of that nature. How do I think they're doing? Like, are they doing average, above average, below average in their capacity? And are they like...
One thing is, the people that are actively running it are not like, they're not yours. They're not like a trained spy for it. They're, they're not changelings. They're...
Okay, I don't have reach all the way out here yet.
Yeah, they're people that are more working for you along the aims, that have been put out there. So,
are they still worshippers?
One of the people in here is.
Is he the one in charge, or is it an underling?
Yeah. He's the one that's running the place. One of the others is following Stan, and the other Terry. So
I walk up to the one who's following me, and I just kind of put my hand on my shoulder, and he feels like a warm embrace, like the comfortable darkness of his own bedroom. And I give him the full suite of my abilities and tell him I'm very proud of him. So he is now one of my worshippers who gets all of them.
Okay.
Because unlike some people, I don't just hand out those abilities willy-nilly. Everyone gets the base level.
We know, Bob.
Everyone gets basic. So, yeah, I leave there. Like, man, in 11 days, I'm going to have someone up here to handle this. That's when my thing expands and my radius gets bigger. So, since they're not super proficient at the spying and the spreading of rumor things, I kind of thought that they were already mine. I didn't know that they were more bankers who spy as opposed to spies who bank.
Yeah, it's sort of it's who was available to send this far without.
Oh,
you do have probably a couple spies in the area that you can contact. Like, you have people working here, but doing the actual bank job would hold them in one spot.
Okay.
So you don't have your people put in the spot where they have to work a 9 to 5.
Okay, so I gave the bank their marching orders that we're going to reduce rates on loans for militia training. I am then going to spend the rest of the day checking to see if Rolfur's back and spreading rumors about the necessity of militia training because we're going to war.
Okay.
Yeah. Good old rat.
Is there a role involved, or do I just succeed due to high number?
Yeah, you're good. Sorry.
I rolled another natural 20.
I didn't tell you to roll.
I don't care.
I don't like those numbers you keep giving me.
Well, it's another 40 on my obnoxious check.
See, I got this chart here. It tells me how difficult things are.
Yes.
You should be looking at the persuasion chart, which shows that no matter your number could be 6 million, but it only goes up one stage.
Very easy. DC 30, nearly impossible, is as high as it gets.
Yeah, I recall, because I got a 60 once.
I hate you.
Listen, I have a very limited amount of things that I'm very, very good at. Combat isn't them, which is hilariously we haven't been doing any of.
Yeah, of course not. What challenges you but the ancient dragons and the elder evils?
I mean...
Not killing atheists. That's something he's struggled with so far.
I've only killed the one.
Well, everyone else has killed 0, which means you're at 100%, an infinite increase.
First of all, it's 0 so far.
Hey, so far is all that matters. So far is all that matters.
Secondly, I think someone destroyed an army, so... There's some atheists in there, I'm sure.
Billy and Stan, you awake for your day, or to finish your rest.
Huzzah. Well, time to head out to Wagashi, and I'm going to continue proselytization, but I also want to spend the time to figure out the local delicacies of which the town's namesake is derived from.
You're gonna make me look up what I named this thing after.
It's a category of Japanese sweets.
Oh, those look delicious. They're beautiful.
Yeah, which includes a whole lot of other stuff underneath it. It's a category of sweets.
Sure, why not? Throw beignets right in there with the mix. Just all of them together.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what is a
Does that mean
beignet
there's,
if not
like-
like a bao? It's like a sweet...
Sweet bao.
Yeah, it's...
I had a custard bao, and I gotta say, I think it was either they didn't do the custard very well or whatever, but it was nasty. I'm betting it was just because it wasn't the best custard. I bet other people would make better ones, but I did not like my experience with the sweet bao.
So you bowed out?
No, I ate it anyways. Because just because you don't like something is no excuse not to eat it.
That could
Maybe.
approve that message.
I disagree.
But yeah, spend my time.
Well,
learning
you are
about
single.
Daifuku and
Eh,
Bongo
I was
and
struggling not to make that
burrito.
joke.
I don't see how that's relevant at all to this situation.
That's okay, Adam.
Would you like me to explain it?
No.
No, because I think I'm
Okay.
disagreeing with you. But anyways, you were interrupting Billy?
Yeah, so that's what I'm planning on doing.
Okay.
Okay, so he is done. That's when I said I was doing my thing.
What were you doing?
Well, my turn now. But, well, my plan for the day was until me and Ryan leave the area, I guess, visit the hospital, clear that out, and then set up a cleric for the region to proselytize.
Oh,
Okay.
And jump up with Ryan if he wants to.
yeah. Me and Stan wake up about the same time, right?
I mean, yeah, he's probably just watching over you, kind of.
Yeah, Stan doesn't
Not as
sleep.
creepy as you just said it, but yeah.
Yeah, he's watching you sleep,
Hey, how you
but
doing,
not
man?
in a creepy way.
So what? He came into the mansion with me?
Just very
Yeah, I mean,
uncreepily.
he's long resting awake.
Oh.
So
Don't sleep. Husband.
And it's like you can whatever go take a bath or have anything that you want from downstairs. You don't have to be in my room while I'm sleeping.
which is not necessarily in your room.
It's
Point
like-
being, he is there when you wake up. You can just talk to
Yeah.
him. He's conscious.
Oh, okay. I go
Hit
ahead
me when
and-
you get up. How about that, Ryan?
Yeah. I go ahead and relay the story that I got from the fisherman last night to Stan, so he knows about it as well.
Alright.
So he knows
Cool,
about the
so-
Dragon River, and he knows about the guy's location of the guy's hometown. So planning on visiting there probably after this.
Yeah, I'm down. Old man's been like dragons last I remember, so we could tell him about it.
Yeah, we got evil dragon location that we know
What the
about.
dragon last time, right?
I have not. That was never me. That was Terry. Terry wanted to kill dragons.
But you
I
actually
was just
did kill
being
him.
a kind friend and facilitating that.
Yeah, you actually did kill him. That's what I said.
I mean, I got the last hit. I don't think that counts as killing it. It was a team effort.
Oh, now it's a team effort.
Tell that to League of Legends.
It was a team effort. I mean, I got all the loot because there's team effort and then there's just being silly. But
There was a need or greed button, but apparently in this one, greed button overrides the need.
I'm aware that people need things. I just prefer that they get those things from me and become dependent.
Hey, if you want to let the rest of the group know about it, and we get to start heading down there, we meet up with them before heading down there.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna be here in Wagashi for a little bit.
So you're working on that.
Mhm.
You're working on that.
And I am still patiently waiting for Rolfur to come back,
Yeah.
whilst I am spreading chaos.
So, Rolfur, you figure out...
Well, it's been like a day. I don't imagine I figured out much by now.
you had 30 whatever. Yes. by putting more effort into figuring out the system than collecting the souls.
Yeah.
And from what you already learned of these two passages, it is basically a series of loops. You know, this loop turns this way, the loop below it turns whatever, the opposite, like circulating like currents that are, let's just say, you know, roughly the size of the region map.
Each circle is?
Yeah.
You mean like where the regions are? Or like the whole map is one circle?
Yeah, so as in like that Nexian Gulf map is roughly like that region is going to be one circulation of like one current of souls, and like the next map above it would be a counter circulation.
Isn't the desert with the amount of iron on that Nexian Gulf map?
The very bottom portion of it is,
Oh, okay. I get it.
but the Min of Iron were further.
North.
North.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
They're at the northern reaches of that desert.
What a well-informed cartographer.
Yep.
We need to
tell you
find
that.
that cartographer ASAP.
Those map makers, don't mess with them. They're geniuses. So that's what it is. Okay, cool. All right. Well, basically, that's a good question. Do I know how big the world is? Can I extrapolate, based on the rough size of one circle, how many circles there are?
No.
I've seen
No?
it.
I can't guess.
I can't guess,
need-
so no.
Let me
Well,
calculate it.
Well, it's fine if I don't. It's fine if you don't have an answer. But
Somewhere
there-
between 4 and 12.
do I know the answer? Like, even if it's not decided yet?
You have like a rough idea for maybe how many there are. Of course, with
Yeah, alright.
that concept, like some of them are going to be almost empty with only people that died at sea, kind of thing. So,
Makes sense. All right, cool,
I mean, I've seen the place from a distance.
neato. So yeah, I more or less figured that out. I
and
expected
around that point where you figured it out, you have a temple.
Already, it's been like, I don't know, time.
Yeah, how'd you calculate it? Holy
You
crap.
are such like an overworking genius where you're just like,
It's like, how long has it been? I don't know. I've only accomplished this much work. But how long did that take you? Well, it took me as long as it takes
It
to
took-
complete that much work.
Yeah, it took them a couple days, given Terry's magical input, for you to get a temple.
Well, I guess I go to the temple and see if anybody's there.
Yeah, it would be your follower out of the Jade Kingdom
That'd be
that
great.
would be there, and Terry.
Oh, hey Terry.
And you are in a
Ah.
mountaintop, like, library temple.
All right.
The air's thin. Greetings!
Well, works for me.
Glad to see you.
Yeah, figured out the souls of the dead thing, so I'll probably be busy for a while.
Hmm.
Unless there's something you needed me to do.
What do you mean you figured out the souls of the dead thing? Like going back to beyond the gods?
Not quite that far, though. If you didn't hear, I did find that the old gods still have their afterlives around.
So,
Yeah.
old man says something in your head.
What?
oh, you're back.
Yeah, I was doing things.
A worshiper of mine is looking for his lost love, so I kind of need you to summon up a soul.
Who
Jane Smith? Jeez.
is? Hi, do I have that name in my list of names?
It shows up a few times, actually.
Oh yeah, we'll isolate by region, family. Do you have that information, old man?
Son's name was, Richard Doe. And I think her mother's name was Jessica? I don't know. Listen,
No.
the worshiper's an obnoxious piece of shit, so I kind of want him to stop talking to me. However, it's a reasonable request to make of one's god.
Do I have that person in my list that I can narrow that down with that information? Because it is something I ask everyone to do, and I have a quaddle to kind of enforce it. Is list your name, family, etc., cause of death.
Make what would that be? A quick like investigation check, or I don't know, knowledge history, or either.
Guess what? Same bonus.
Okay.
27.
27. It does not appear that any of the ones that you have match that now.
Where'd they die?
Let me ask.
New Day is
New Day, who dis? I come back and say, I believe Kron Port is best guess.
Is that,
or at least that's where she disappeared from.
Is that outside this region?
That is outside this region.
No, yeah. Let's see. She's not in the
Oh,
books.
loading screen.
She probably died outside this region, so I haven't gotten to her yet.
Can you just summon them from anywhere, or you gotta be where they are?
Oh, that's totally true. I totally can.
Yeah.
Summon her up. Try to. I have a name. I have a filial relationship. Now you have to decide, is she dead?
Yeah. No, you summon. Her spirit sort of appears in sort of very vague, sort of almost more faceless than you're used to.
She's been in there a while, eh?
Something.
Well, how cognizant is this one?
Where am I?
You're in the Temple of the God of the Grave in Remembrance.
Oh. Wonderful. Other gods?
Yes.
That's different.
Yeah, we're new.
Well, I guess I've then been remembered?
Well, yes, actually. What was that guy's name? John Doe, was it?
Yes.
Yeah, that guy was asking after you.
Is his spirit found?
As far as I know, he's still alive. Still alive?
No.
That guy. Oh, the guy's dead.
Yeah, he's in my afterlife.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, he's dead. He passed.
Can I meet him? I'm
yeah.
sorry if I don't know how it works. I've-
Easy peasy.
Drifted a long time.
Yeah, no, it's a rough time out there. Yeah, I'm the God of the Grave in Remembrance. Just devote yourself to me and you can enter into the cathedral where you may observe the other gods and choose your afterlife. Sort of a sorting system.
How will I find John from there?
Well, I've got a book that lists all that, but just so you know, he's in the realm of the old man.
Okay. Then I guess technically she's still here until you
Yeah,
release her.
do I feel the follower tick up?
Yeah.
Yeah, then I'm going like, yeah, I dismissed you. It's like, don't worry, the book's there. There's a secretary It's all pretty self-explanatory.
It's all very office-like.
It's all very explanatory. Just file some paperwork, no problem. Yeah, just go ahead and get back to the old man. I'm like, yeah, she's going through processing now.
I immediately stop literally everything I'm doing and go into my realm.
Okay.
And I wait.
All right. So we'll get back to you.
It's like, yeah, I put her through in processing. Sounds like she wants to go towards her bow, though.
So back to the middle of conversation of Rolfur and Terry.
So does this mean that you're physically able to go to the land of the dead or the river with objects?
Well, yes. Now that I have a tuning, I now have a material component to transport to that realm.
So you're going to be able to take objects there and bring them back.
Plane shift is
7.
7th level.
Yep.
Yes, I have 2 spell slots. So yes, I can go
You
there
really only
and come
need one,
back.
because you can then open a door to your realm and step out here too.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I can always just come back
Hey.
here.
You'll get more use out of this then than I will. And I hand you a whistle that is in the shape of an eagle. When you blow on it, it will allow you to fly.
I don't know if you knew this or not, but rivers
Thank you.
don't got air.
Wait,
It's a river, brother.
Yeah, the afterlife.
Have
is
you
one
ever seen
giant
a
pile
eagle
of water.
in the
it's
river?
not really a river so
Why?
much as an ocean.
More or less, it's got currents.
You don't fight
Most
on
of
It
those
is a
water,
series of circular rivers.
But like, there's no like.
It's a big
I've
stack.
been imagining.
There's no surface. There's no top. No.
Yeah, it's a stack.
It's a donut of water.
No, you could have brought this up when I first talked about this whistle, like 3 sessions ago.
When you first talked about it, you had no idea, and I think like last session or whatever, you even realized that it wasn't going to do what he wanted.
No,
Yeah,
I
and
realized
also
that you
it was-
couldn't bring it there.
It also is part of the recap that it was water with nothing above the water. Ryan
Well,
said it
shit.
during the recap.
Yeah.
Never.
However,
freaking
you did
mind.
build this temple on the top of a mountain, so it actually might help him for that reason.
And just being able to fly is useful. See you, Bob.
Nah, if anything, something that helps make you swim good would be helpful.
You have that.
I literally knew this entire time that, like,
I've
since
already made you the freaking
enjoying this problem.
manta
Right.
robe or whatever.
Yes, but you still haven't given it to me.
So,
Let's switch
now
the
that we
handing
take things
the
and
whistle
bring
to
them
handing the
back-
robe.
Manta robe. Manta robe.
You still haven't given it to
Here
me.
you go.
Here you go, buddy.
Fly
I
and
made
water
this
power.
for you. The whistle? We can't breathe that underwater. Wrong thing. This thing. There you go. You now have a robe with the manta ray.
Terry gives Rolfur cloak of the manta ray.
Yeah, there it is.
Look,
Doesn't
Terry's
require-
a hell of a lot smarter than I am. Okay, give me a break. So,
Don't
Well, there
know
you
how you thought that was going to happen.
But yeah, otherwise, yeah,
I'll talk to you, Bob.
there are multiple rivers, and they're broken up based on geographic region. So I've cleared out everyone, like, in the entire area of both the Ember Kingdom and Jadesport. But that means everywhere else has its own dang river full of dudes. Full of people. Rolfur would not be so informal.
Well, we should talk to. Let me go and bring up the mind link real quick and be like, "Hey, Billy, did you get a good picture of the? Did you get a good picture of the plane when you went up flew up above it?
I mean, there's approximately this many rivers.
It was a Boeing 747.
He's
I
like,
say a vague
are
number.
you asking me about the planet? Yeah, I saw it when I was coming up in my glass elevator.
Yes,
Okay,
I've
so-
already,
This is what.
I've
it
already
We can.
figured out the
Yeah, this is
approximate size.
And he's like, this is what the planet looked like when I left.
Okay, so we confirm numbers, and that's good.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's about there. There might be some wiggle room with some of the places that aren't unpopulated. Maybe they get smaller circles. It's like,
Yeah.
there's some wishy-washy numbers here, but we more or less have it. It's this number, a very vague number that has yet to be determined, but it exists and we know what it is.
Yeah, send
Alright,
over
well.
to the mind link. I'll also go ahead and catch you guys up on, since you'll be going into the afterlife. And he's like, this is what it was like when I went to the islands where the Goompas were at, and this is some memories of a guy that I met yesterday detailing an area to the south.
You're putting that over the finally?
Yeah.
Hey, that kid gets it.
Yeah.
What's his name in the Bard College?
Zachariah.
That's not all.
Oh, we
Alice
have
gets it.
somebody
Alice gets it.
listening in.
Alice, yeah. Alice.
She's eavesdropping. How dare she?
I ain't been dropping no eaves, sir, honest.
I worry
She's
not
just
about it.
listening to the group call she's part of.
Adam's voice makes me think not Alice.
It's Alice.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Carol's is the capital of her home nation.
Ah.
Which is not in this area.
Hey, Alice, you want to give me some details on there? Want to go home?
Well, all I need to know is if it's like south, west, east, north.
I give you directions.
Just south.
Oh, I'm thinking like we you want to make a day trip of it?
She can do that on her
Yes,
own.
she can do that on her own.
Man, I don't even need to go to places physically now. I can just go into the rivers themselves. I can go straight to the source. I don't even need your records. I'll make my own records. And they'll be beautiful with good font keeping and excellent duplicities.
You're like, what is this, Italic sans? Did someone do Sanskrit over here? Who's using papyrus? Someone's gonna die.
The Rolfur record.
Times New Roman.
I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Times New Roman?
Not ready to go home or not ready to let us see her?
I mean, who am I to tell you not to do something? But I don't know
A
if I'm
literal
ready.
god.
But she's also
So are
Alice.
you.
Yeah, and we're equal. You know, in all but mass. Except for that dragon form.
Hmm?
We're probably way about the same when you're in that dragon form.
That's light.
She weighs nothing.
That weighs nothing.
Oh shit.
Sorry, you're still fat.
So yeah, no, everything's good then? Good? Good? Alright, fantastic. I'm just gonna go and live in the river for the next foreseeable future until I'm done. If you need to contact me, y'all know how.
There isn't a way.
You can pray.
Oh, prayers. I forgot.
There literally is. If you need
Alright.
me, you know where I am now that I can transit back and forth. But, I mean, there's a planet full of dead people out there.
So we might as well just turn that off and go on with the game without Austin.
I mean, nah,
Okay, you can come back.
Hey, they can call me in if there's something coming up, but otherwise, yeah, I got work to
You know
do.
what? Maybe you don't need to do that. Is there a way? How are you getting to the river?
Well, now plane shift,
Okay, let me see that. Let me see that tuning fork.
tuning fork.
I fabricate it. I've got 10. Magical fabricate. Get myself a bunch of tuning forks. Hand them back in.
Well, I don't know.
You need to have the material that it was made out of.
Creation. Fabricate.
That was just made. The material it was made out of was made here.
Yeah, I used magic methods to attune it to that realm.
So I go ahead and make more. Yeah, I'm gonna make 10.
I don't know how your ability works. It's just like copy it. Do you have to make the same?
No, I mean, I would have to make the checks.
Okay.
I assume that I can.
You assume.
Being the god of craft, I hope so.
Okay.
I don't know. The magical theory behind some of that stuff was pretty complex.
What was that? Just an Arcana check?
Yeah, that's what you had me make. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
I don't know what the DC was because I nailed it.
Yes, you did.
You're saying I need to make Arcana checks
Yep.
on a crafting roll.
Because it's not making the fork that is the part that I am challenging you with. It is
Yeah.
getting the attunement
Well,
aligned to match the
That's
thing.
perfectly fine.
No, I am assuming that you can duplicate the fork physically perfectly. I'm not needing a roll for that part of it.
Let's see.
He
I
hired
get.
just a mere man to do that for him.
What does skill empowerment do? doubles its proficiency bonus. Okay. I'll give it a try now, and if I don't make it, I'll prepare skill empowerment tomorrow. I don't have. Do I have any other spells that would help me?
I don't know. Would I be able to ask Rolfur what the tuning frequency
Nope.
is for the
We're good.
fork?
Well, presumably he's, letting the fork be used to do this. So it's not like he's keeping it a secret and you're having to.
Okay.
11 plus 3 plus 11, so 22 plus 3 is 24.
Okay. And then do you try to use it, or?
I mean, I check it. Yeah, I go ahead and fabricate. I go ahead and do my whole spell creation, create materials, permanency it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my one speed permanency rather than an angel. Then I do forks. Out of them will be a fabricate. That takes 10 minutes.
Okay.
Then I have a bunch of forks.
You try and match
And I take
the
one.
tuning
Then I go ahead.
enchantment to.
And then I go ahead and identify to make sure that it is equivalent to the first one.
It is also a arcane tuning fork, yeah?
Of equivalency?
Seems equivalent.
You gotta try to know for sure.
Yeah. He's got one that
Yeah,
takes him to
no,
a
we
very
said,
different place.
If an item is, or some of the, you know the properties and how to use the item, whether it requires attunement to use, how many charges it has, if any spells that are affecting the item and what they are, if the item's created by spell, you learn which spell created it. So I mean, identify should give me.
Well, the biggest problem is we're kind of loopholing our way to getting this attunement because there's no metal from the place we're going.
Yeah.
So there may be some errors in the
What he's
creation.
trying to say, David, is you have to scream for science and just use it.
Yeah, it's like it's probably right.
It is close enough that it seems right.
Well, the issue is that I don't have the plane shift spell.
Okay. So you gotta just
But-
assume that you did it right.
Yeah.
So
I'll go ahead and hand him back his.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, pocket that.
I'm like, I go ahead and hand him.
Give me the
I
new
don't know.
one.
What?
Give me the new one.
I give him a new one as well. So you've got the original and a new one.
Okay. Well, you've
And-
only enchanted one of them with that.
Oh, you want me to roll for
Yeah,
however
you
many
would
I
have,
make?
for each one you make, you would have to do a separate roll.
Oh, why bother? Just give me your hand real quick.
What?
Yeah, just give me your hand real quick. Yeah, take his hand. We plane shift with this as the focus.
Yeah, you end up in the river dead.
Yeah, plane shift takes one action. Whoop. Is it in the empty river?
Yes.
All right, yeah. So, just portal back to the temple. It took us 12 seconds to check.
So
Look at
you're
that. I made a bridge. Took, what, 10 seconds tops.
Yes.
good
So we
reference.
kind of okay, yeah. So that looks correct.
Okay.
Now just
Cool.
do that 9 more times without any deviancy or error.
Right. Okay. Well, I will make more of those tomorrow. I go ahead and take my copy, and then yeah. So at the very least, we have a backup now, and I know that somebody else is. Ryan,
Yes.
Bonka, don't you have plane shift?
Yes.
All right. Tomorrow I'll have a fork for you that can get you to and from the plane of the dead,
Wunderbar.
the river.
Good work, sir.
In that case,
And it'd be really nice if we wouldn't send other gods there. That way I can keep a solidified record without anybody sniping souls away.
I think it's important to have a backup just in case. Okay, let's do it this way then. We'll keep a single backup rather than giving out one to everybody who can cast planted. We're gonna keep a single backup, and we're gonna keep it in a vault in the Jade Palace. So in case there's an emergency, like we need to go and get Rolfur, because Rolfur doesn't want other people having access to the river. Which, whatever. He's. But if I don't see any problem
Let's
with that.
put it this way. Do you trust the other gods to give out other souls of the dead, or to just immediately take them all for themselves?
Could I just have one and then I'll store it on my afterlife?
Yeah.
I can't hear anything you
Hey,
just said.
Ryan.
Huh? Oh, can they not hear us?
I think
I
they
could
can.
I could hear Adam. I can't
Yeah.
hear you.
Repeat. Ryan, repeat.
Oh. And it's like, can't you just give me one and I'll store it on my afterlife?
Okay, that works.
Yeah.
As long as you're okay with that, Rolfer.
Yeah, the whole point was I just don't want a lot of people traipsing about the River of the Dead where they will just start stealing
And-
souls away.
Well, Rolfer,
One plan, man.
rather than you going there, why don't I just assign you an angel? And we just start pumping angels into the river.
Well, I don't know how the river would interact with non-divine beings, considering how it influences regular people.
Well, let's make it. You know what?
Here you go, Angel. Get in there.
Yeah, you've,
You
ne-
have
you've
another-
never brought a mortal there.
Can you cast? Can you cast it? Can you cast plane shift again?
I have one more.
All right. Go ahead and gather up. How many people can you plane shift at once?
8.
Okay. Get out 8. Actually, I don't have 8 angels ready to go. I have
8 willing creatures.
6
Hold
angels
on, quick
ready to go.
question. Austin, we know your guys' alignment is good, right?
No,
Well,
we don't know.
I certainly haven't done anything evil that you know of.
All right, so Rolfer, here's what I want you to do. Here are 6 angels that I'm pulling out of my afterlife. They were servants for my faithful.
Right.
I want you to go ahead and train them in what rhetoric you want them to say. They're to listen to you implicitly, and then once you have them trained, we'll test to see if they can do their own thing in the river.
Well,
Because
sure.
you are more valuable outside of the river.
Am I?
As a god, yes.
Well, okay, fine. We got whatever, 6 angels, right?
Yep.
All right, hold hands, everybody.
Wait, no. We need to know that they, we don't want to have to deal with, fine, whatever. You can train them in the river. It doesn't matter. Let's go.
Well, we might as well test the viability of the process before we try to train
All right.
them to do anything.
So
We
there's
get there
myself.
and they'll spontaneously explode or something.
You know what? I'm not even going. You just take the angels and tell me what happens. I tell the angels, under no circumstances are you to deviate from what he states, and otherwise act in your best judgment. But do as Rolfer says.
All right, so I'm taking 6 angels and we're jumping into the river plane of the dead.
Yep.
Let's see what happens.
David, what creature type are your angels?
Outsider, I think.
That's not a thing.
Celestial.
Summon Celestials, what they're from.
So they're celestials. Because I know you've described them
Yeah.
being pretty meta-like, but they are celestial in
They are
type.
Celestials.
Um.
They're celestial spirits.
Okay. So as they enter the River of the Dead, the physical and the spiritual find themselves separated, and the angels drift through like any other soul that you find here, dead.
Well, I gathered them up. Are they dead?
Same dead as any of the other souls that are here.
Do they have souls?
Filtrosity.
Yeah.
Aren't
They
celestials-
are souls.
They have souls? I mean, they're still here, I guess.
Yeah, they're still floating like.
You're dead now.
Oh, well, I gathered them up and tossed them into processing, I guess. Worship one of us to get out of the river. Feel free
Hey,
to go back and
We
worship
now
your own...
get a random
They-
shot of who gets an angel.
No. They all, with that, go back to Terry. Effectively, they still function as normal while in your realm. They just don't necessarily have the wherewithal to be able to leave
Wait.
your afterlife now.
Do they count as followers?
No.
Ah, I was like, man, we might have found a cheat there.
Cheat, it's once per day at best.
Anyway, go back to the tip, and I was like, yeah, no, that killed all of them.
Terry, you can make a knowledge arcana or knowledge religion check.
Which is about what I expected.
Gotta re-roll that. Oh, come back. Well,
Baby, come back.
it's 19 plus whatever my D4 is.
Ooh, D4.
There we go, 22.
So obviously, as gods, you've been able to stay cognizant there. You only know one other being that was cognizant there. That was the first one you found.
Yep, Modron.
Oh, that no.
Oh, the straight construct, something without a spiritual existence.
No, because it was a spirit. It was a chaos spirit.
Mm.
I had nothing to do with it.
That and the lightning serpent that was swimming around in the river.
No, that was a guy with lightning coming out of his skin. He was like he's part of the Men of Iron.
Yeah, no, that was just a type of soul that looked different.
Yeah, it looks different.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go research a spell to fix this.
Anyway, yeah, you have fun with that. I'm going to keep doing my job that I'm really good at and is proven beneficial for all involved. Speaking of, let's see, who was it? Because you're the crafter, so I guess it's you and Billy that would be most interested. The Men of Iron definitely have some way to resurrect people who die. They are some sort of elemental construct hybrids that can prevent themselves from dying, because I've only caught a couple souls in the river. Well,
So they took my job?
there's a lot of souls in the river, but they apparently have some way to not die.
Interesting.
But they're in the deserts and to the north.
Yeah. And
They took my job.
You knew about them. You've known about that for a while. That's what you found out when you spoke to the other.
Yeah.
That other group of.
Now that I've seen one, I'm bringing up like, yeah, they've got some way to not die, which might be something you all are interested in. Did I cover Alice's family already? Did I get them out of the river?
No.
No.
you haven't been that
You
far
haven't,
south.
you haven't gone south. You went north.
Did she not give me her family as a request?
To her knowledge, her family's still alive.
Oh, that's true. She's pretty young. Yeah, they could be. Nito burrito.
No, there's a reason that she's terrified with the concept of going home.
She gonna get in trouble for being a goddess?
I mean, it totally worked out for me.
You're grounded, young lady. We told you to come be back by 5. Here you are, being a god.
Or, the other thing. Oh, your son's a doctor? My daughter's a goddess. I mean, they're kind of the same.
But it couldn't be a doctor is what I'm hearing, though.
Harold can't
Could have been a doctor.
Harold can't turn into.
So
a
are you
Star
gonna
Trek
find
then.
yourself a nice boy? I'm a god, Mom. Stop it.
But yes, that would eventually be the goal. If I can get my domain overlapping with the rivers, then people don't have to go into it. They can process from the shore. I just need to sort of integrate the rivers into having a shore.
Well, also the point being, because each river would have its own separate, it's not like the souls tend, well, not impossible. It is rare for a soul to move from one to the other just based on the current situation.
Yep.
They put someone's body in a catapult and launch it into another ring. The soul's just, drag behind.
That's true. I need let's see, does anybody have a recommendation for like a mundane construction crew?
Me?
I mean, it didn't need to be you. I want to hire some people to build like an estate inside my realm, so that it's kind of better set up as opposed to just a building.
A bunch of locals and platinum usually works.
I mean,
Well, I had 6 angels.
that would probably be a task best left to your followers.
That was BS. I got punished.
Well, I don't have a lot of construction worker followers.
How
Sometimes
dare you try to make sure that another player gets to play the game? Punished.
2 things. 1, I gave you back your angels for the purpose that you are currently using them for. I just kept you from using them for something different. 2, you literally didn't try and research it. You could have just asked Nim what would happen.
And I told you that I'm pretty sure they'd just die.
And everyone knows the best games are the ones in which there's absolutely no consequences for any of your actions.
He's got a point.
You don't have to like the
David, they're
consequences.
spells, they're not real people. You can just replace them.
Oh, actually, they are real
Yeah,
people. They had souls.
Yeah.
They had souls. We know they did. They were real people.
Yeah, and also, they then chose to serve you instead of were bound to serve you. It's kind of better this way.
If anything, they're better
They
now.
didn't go through process. I don't know if I said that. They did not go through processing. Basically, upon the point where they got to the wherewithal of figuring out what the options were, they knew enough to just go right to Terry.
Did not
Oh,
work.
come on! I've got a theater!
They knew what they were in for.
I need to see what pamphlets in that book. I get the feeling that it doesn't exactly shine me in the best light.
Mm-hmm. You're doing that.
Then yes. Otherwise, since nobody else is going to,
Finding food, helping him, and then also reaching out to people injured within the town. Heading back in. Since I didn't remember what it was for, she didn't find the scroll you were looking for, but she has lined up a few places through which there are
Probably a plane shift.
scroll merchants. So you can get her access to some scrolls right now if you wanna do that. She has things lined up for that.
You can scroll through her suggestions. Thank you. Yes, thank you.
yeah, I suppose that'd be the right word. Yes, rather than going directly back into that, I'm going to try to look and find some place that can get me a construction team for large scale building, which basically means I have to go to one of the major cities and investigate about people who'd be willing to do some large scale construction work.
Austin, have you not realized how rich you are?
That's my point. I just have to buy them,
Yeah.
but I still have to go and find a team that can handle the work I'm asking.
And also, when they come out, they're gonna be on the top of a fucking mountain.
Well,
No, you can open the door anywhere.
yeah, they're going to be building inside my realm.
You know what? We're on a mountain. I'm just gonna go outside of his temple.
Okay.
I'm gonna gather together. Let's see. So I didn't actually have to. I did do that. Okay. Yeah. So I don't have my permanency right now. So hey Rolfur, what do you think of this? I think I know of a way that we can make this work without you having to go and spend your time there. Let's meet up. We'll talk about it tomorrow at breakfast. How's that sound?
Fine.
You want to go anywhere right now?
Well, I've got to go to a place that has a construction company that can handle a large order.
Dollport and Next Center are the two largest industry center. Silver Spire probably has what you would need for it as well, as does
Wagashi Woods right next door is right next to where I'm standing.
But that's a small.
Mom and pop shop, but it has the wood.
All right. Well, I go ahead and take him. Yeah, I go ahead and take him through. So we go through my afterlife to the Jade Temple.
We take Gravekeeper with us. I imagine he doesn't want to linger on top of a mountain.
No, not this mountain. He needs to go back and maintain those records.
Good word.
Are you sure you want him to see my pristine forests?
I don't mind.
We go through my gorgeous, pristine forest afterlife, ready for anybody to touch on. And anyway, so we get out the Jade.
Sure
He
is a
lives on the
severe
edge of a graveyard, staring out amongst the noisy graveyard of Koshkot, because his life is dedicated to the recording of records of the dead. Dude is pretty indoctrinated into exactly what Rolfur ended up being.
So I take him back there. You can probably find a construction crew here without any issue.
Cool. That's what I spend my day doing.
Rolfur, how much attention do you pay to whatever people are putting in your books?
I mean, not a ton.
Okay.
I mean, I'm aware of it though. So
Yeah.
if anybody puts something super weird in there,
Yeah. Okay.
like if that's the point, is like, am I paying attention to it? Yes, I'm aware of it. So I keep track of the information.
Okay.
But most of it's just going to be, this is what happened, this side died. It's like, ah, man, another shark attack. That place is dangerous. It's like, ooh, bandits. Man, it's a lot of bandits out in that region.
I telepathically let everybody know that we might want to discuss the river tomorrow morning at breakfast. I'll have a spare tuning fork at that point for safekeeping. So, where do we want to meet up for breakfast tomorrow morning?
Just through the telepathic link or through...
Telepathic link.
Okay.
And note that my telepathic links never talk to whatever his face is.
Well, maybe he wants to join us.
Old man doesn't get it because he's in his realm.
Mm-hmm. I am out of contact.
I basically say anything that would be along the main pathway, be it Jade Empire or Delport.
Well, I've had Jadish cuisine for a few days. Let's go to Dalpart.
Okay.
Alright, I'll make my way for the morning.
All right. Yeah. Let me know. Let me know sometime when if anybody needs travel. Let me know. But otherwise, yeah.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I can ride with Brian.
Yeah, Stan will be with me.
Old man, you basically have individual, like your rooms are per soul.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's still like a 3 mile.
You know where people are showing up, and you're waiting.
Yeah.
So as Jane arrives into your realm, and presumably in a guise she would recognize.
Natural form.
She, showing up natural changeling form as well, spots you at once.
Oh, that's why she had no face.
And rushes in to embrace you. John. It's been so long, John.
Yes,
Tearfully, just crying into your shoulder.
we have a lot to catch up on.
We have a boy.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have a boy.
Yeah, Richard.
She just kind of like, oh no.
He's not
was-
here.
Oh.
He's the head of the spy network for the Empire.
What?
He tried to kill the king. Fortunately, the king was his father.
She just kind of
I'm not-
like holding on to you still, but just kind of like sinks to like her knees, like sliding down you like onto the ground.
Yeah, I just go, I did die, Jane, but not very long ago. I killed the king. I took his place. I was gonna get you out. And then you were gone, and I couldn't find you. I tried to lure you back. I put theaters in every city I took over. But you were already
she gets
gone.
sick.
It's like, man, this girl you like has been dead this whole time, and you're just now asking me?
Sorry,
I am the old man. This is my realm. I like tip her head up and go, anything is possible.
Well, almost.
No, you're not there. Fuck off.
Sorry, I'm trying
I
to make
kept
sure
our
I'm
boys
good.
safe.
Good.
He's strong. He's smart. He met a
Always
girl,
was.
finally. I had to badger him.
He was still young
I'm
when I last saw him.
Yes, he tried to kill me. He almost succeeded.
So as she then has to like piece together the pieces in her mind of what you were saying. But no, he'd had you killed before I even got out.
No, that was Jake. Jake said he had a way in. I trusted him to go in and get you out. I was waiting with the escape team, and Jake was killed, and then the king was going to go on one of his hunting trips. So I replaced the boy he was going to take with him.
Yeah. Guard was light. I just replaced the one that delivered lunch.
Yeah, I kind of figured it out when I came back to get you out of there, and there was just this corpse lying in your bed.
I had to get out.
I don't blame you. You did the smart thing. You did the right thing. You acted correctly for all the information you had. And from what I found out, you
Some
wouldn't have
business.
lived much longer if I hadn't replaced the king. And I couldn't stop being him to try and find you, and I couldn't send his resources after you. And you're too damn good and too
You
damn
couldn't if you
smart.
try.
Yes, it was a problem. I searched for 15 years, 18 years, and one day this new guard showed up. It was assigned to my detail. Oh, you would have been so proud. Shoved it right between my fourth and fifth vertebrae. I'd been wearing armor at that point all over the place, just glamored. And, by the time he figured out it was me, I didn't have a lot of life left in me. But him being a prepared boy, had a potion to stabilize me. And then we, framed my Chamberlain. And he took over for me. And he turned their spy network that I'd been trying to polish into a thing of beauty.
Sounds like he learned a fair bit in the years after me.
I can
I mean,
bring
ever
him
since
here.
I did, I had to. I tried to keep him a little sheltered from. the life
He's
he was born
done
into.
things.
Yeah.
But
If he ended up
because
in with you, it's kind of like pushing her forehead against yours.
yes, but our people have a home now. They have a whole empire to hide in. They're not hunted here. You could go walking around the streets in your natural face and you would not be hunted. I made us a home. And oh, the theater district.
Yeah. I heard some things about it. I was so pissed off that things started building up in that way at the point where I could never go back. It made me so mad.
Everywhere I took over, I put in another theater.
I'm glad you thought of me.
Oh, I've always thought of you. Do you want to meet our boy now that he's grown? I can bring him here.
Is he ready for it?
Oh, I wasn't gonna tell him. It's gonna be real funny.
Yes, sure, bring him.
I'm like, okay, well, you just hang tight. Oh, there's a theater.
Admittedly, he'd probably taking on sort of a mousy-haired woman's appearance. He'll actually probably recognize me better this way.
I take off my platinum amulet and then I hang it over her neck and turn it, and I go pick it up and show it to her. I'm like, never forgot. And then I walk out of my realm into my bar, and I send a runner to go and get him.
Okay. Short time later.
And I tell him to bring his girl if she is available.
Yeah, short time later, he will arrive. Veronica's made the trip back home for this week.
Well, I need you to talk to someone real quick.
Certainly.
I open the door to my realm, like, follow me.
Okay.
And I take us to the correct room, which is now where I will always enter.
Yeah.
You have some explaining to do. You stabbed your father. Mom wants to know why.
I suppose you've been bound to find you eventually. And give his mom a hug. Wherever did you go? Says never even got on the ship. The gods caught and stabbed me. I'd done it 50 or 100 times. Just careless.
I like,
they didn't
kinda
even,
go,
they didn't even identify who I was. They just carelessly took me out.
I don't suppose you have names.
Well, it would have been. Let me do my math. Hold on. He is 56, so it would have been 42 years ago. Calculating with him.
I'm sure they have children.
Figure out who the god was. Scroll.
Me and Richard just kind of share a look. And she's probably just like, no.
She has no such care of it. She has spent more than 40 years in the river of death.
That's fair.
That's that sense of holding you back, that there's really none of that. That's so seriously, there are gods now? What happened?
I apparently told the world's best joke and died of old age. And the universe couldn't stand it, so they brought me back, and they decided I needed minions, so.
There was a memory god earlier.
Oh, yeah. He works way too hard, by a lot of standards. He's kind of a pain in the ass, but the man gets his job done. I mean, you can't say he doesn't do his job.
I mean, you could say it, you'd just be lying.
There's memory, imagination, nature, light, who is fucking adorable, for the record.
All right.
Reminds me a lot of you when you were younger.
Oh.
She's like 12. So, you're being weird.
You didn't meet me when I was 12.
No, you didn't meet me when you were 12. I saw you.
You behave yourself.
I mean, now. I'm old.
Called you an old man.
Yes. I'm the old man.
Well, I don't know if I'm still interested. I managed
That's
to
okay,
step
you can
out
tell
while
me
I
you,
was still
so-
young.
I mean, I could probably figure out a way to bring you back. Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to talk to the God of Life. He owes me a couple favors.
Probably doable.
Though, I have to tell you, this world will just keep getting better. Though, if you want the real one, we can send you back there for a while, until it's your time to pass again, and then you can come right back here. It's my realm, so it's kind of yours, too.
You have no idea the emptiness I've felt for apparently it's been 40 years. This is a lot to all be happening all of a sudden.
I have a fairly good idea. I searched for you, and then you died on me. And I died on you.
I didn't mean to.
You got to fast travel through a goodly portion of this. I took the long way around.
Oh, it felt very slow.
Oh, yes, I'm aware. I turned a kingdom into an empire out of sheer desperation to find something to do.
Well, I don't know whether I'll stay here or go back or really whatever you'd like me to do.
Your
But
choice.
just to rest for the moment would be nice.
Well,
Will you
there's
sit by my
this
side?
humongous four-poster bed. It's one of the few things that's actually in there. It's a
As you
super
did,
comfy
you
bed.
stole the bed from the whatever the guy that it's now king
Yeah.
over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Richard just sort of. You too. You know, I only
Can I
ever knew you
leave?
separate from each other. I think I was lucky. As Richard walks out back into the tavern. Reunited with your love. We will go ahead and pick up here next time. Like, comment, subscribe. Goodbye.